I'm going to show a few methods with water-soluble oil paints. So we're going to start with red, yellow, blue, white, and we have these canvas papers. So I'll give you one of these, which replicates the texture of a canvas. So first thing you're going to want to do is get your colors onto your palette paper. So you don't need much. Actually, that was probably too much. The size of a pea is probably a good rule. So you can see we have the pigment and there's some oil that it's suspended in. All right, so now we have our paints. You should have a cup of water and your rag, of course, and a flat brush and a round brush. So the first thing I want to do is blending a tint and a tone. So a tint is a lighter version of color. So white's a tint and yellow is a tint. So I'm going to start with yellow and blue. So I'm just going to put about a little rectangle of yellow and then take some blue. I'm not going to rinse my brush because it's so dark. It's not really going to affect the color much. And just blend it in to the yellow slowly. A lot like acrylic, it'll blend together. And in the middle, we're gonna get like a greenish. So that's how you blend these oils. So this is water soluble, but it does take a lot of water to get your brush clean. So make sure your brush is clean by wiping it on your rag. Let's try red and blue next. So I'm gonna put some red. And you can see that the oil kind of resists the water sometimes. So you need to add more oil on your palette, or sorry, on your canvas. If the canvas is showing through, that means you just need more paint. Okay, so that makes a pretty decent purple in the center. Okay, and last one we'll do is red and yellow. There's still a lot of red in my brush, so I'm gonna really tap it out, really wipe it out. All right, this time I'm gonna put the yellow on the right side, just for a little variety. And I'm gonna take my red without rinsing my brush because it's really strong. So the tones colors, the red and the blue, the darker colors, are really gonna affect the lighter colors. So you wanna always add the darker color into the lighter color. Okay, and then we should get a nice orange in the middle. Okay, next I want to show you some different types of brush strokes that you can make with oil paint. So I personally really like doing choppy brush strokes. So big, thick, choppy brush strokes to cover my canvas quickly and to get it looking more organic. So you can try incorporating some different colors, do some choppy brush strokes. Monet was famous for choppy brush strokes too. Okay, now let's try adding lots of water into our paint and see if we can thin it out using water as a medium. So I'm gonna dip my brush and blend using water as a medium. So that works pretty well. I can maybe incorporate another color into it. And get some more blue. Okay, last thing I want to show you is getting crisp edges. So let's say you have a painting and oh no, you went over the outline of something and you need to you want a crisper edge. So with thick oil paint, let's see if the yellow and the blue, I'm gonna take some yellow, I'm gonna mix some blue, get some green. With a thick layer of oil paint, you can really make for strong edges. So let's say I went over the line here. You should be able to make a nice crisp edge between one color to the next by using the side of your flat brush. You don't need a tiny pointy brush in order to get a crisp edge. You just need to use the side of your flat brush. So my crisp edges are here, creating a square in the red. You can also make really fine lines with a flat brush by using the pointed edge of your flat brush. All right, so last thing for cleaning the brushes, I noticed that the water really doesn't clean the brush. You can still see a lot of red in my brush. So a trick I found is using baby oil, which is not toxic like paint thinner. So I'll give you a tiny bit of baby oil. You don't need much, like just a few drops on your palette paper. And then you're just gonna swoosh your brush in the baby oil. Wipe it on your rag. It's a lot cleaner already, but I'm gonna go one more time. Swish in the oil and then brush on the rag. You don't need to rinse it again once you do that because the oil actually kind of conditions the brushes and makes it really nice for the next class.